Okay. So we are going to start the club accounts. Here is my pen. Yes. Okay. So this is the club account. Okay. So Hamna, we know about it that we have several. We know the different type of companies, public limited companies, private limited companies, so their partnerships. So the main objectives of the business is to maximize the profit. This is the main aim of the businesses. But the club
I can't see
accounts,
the screen.
yes,
I can't see the screen.
can't see the screen. Okay, okay, one second. Yeah, now can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, so there are a lot of, I was saying that there are a lot of businesses and they have one motive. Like primarily they have one motive and that is profit maximization. But the club accounts, or you can say that the non-profit organization, you can see there's a lot of non-profit organizations around us, which is purely working for the social welfare. They have different environmental objectives. Sometimes they are working for the humans, and like they are earning profits, but it doesn't mean that their main objective is profits. No, their main objective is not making profit. Their main objective is just to serve the humanity, or you can say that their main aim is just social welfare, but not the profit maximization. But it doesn't mean that they don't make profit. They make profit, and they do need profit. Why? Because if the profit is not there, so they will not be able to reinvest back that profit into their business. So that is why it's important for them to make profit as well. But yes, this is not their main aim. Okay. First of all, we are going to see that what type of businesses are clubs and societies. So, club and societies are classed as the non-trading organizations, and these types of businesses provide a service or facility for a free call subscription. As you know, that there are a lot of clubs around us, and they provide us different health benefits. For example, they have gym, swimming pool, everything where you can easily, get the gym subscription and the swimming pool subscription where you can like there are a lot of football court where you can play football and the other activities as well. So you can purchase these services by giving the subscription, like by having subscription. So you have to subscribe all of their services and you can enjoy their benefits. They do not operate with the sole aim of a making profit, as I told you. So now, whenever we prepare the accounts for the clubs, how many accounts we need to prepare for this? How many accounts? So clubs and societies do not always keep a full set of accounting record. Like they sometimes they don't follow the banking system. So the main accounting record tends to be, so how many accounts we need to prepare in the club account? First of all, receipt and payment account. Now this receipt and payment account is just like a cash. It means that it will be having two sides. Whenever the cash book will increase, we will make a debit entry, and whenever the cash book will decrease, any cash transaction incurred, there is any cash outflow, so we will be recording this on a credit side. So this is just like a cash book, but the terminology is changed in term of club accounts. In term of club accounts, the terminology is changed. The name of this cash book is the receipt and payment account. So this is the first account where you will be writing every cash transactions, whether this is outflow or then you have to uh, prepare the trading section of income statement of each one of the trading activities. For example, cafe or shop, and these are prepared in the same way as for a sole trader. Okay, so what they are trying to say, basically in the club there are a lot of there are some cafe as well. If you see, like if you have the subscription of any club, so you know that there are some restaurants and cafe as well within the club, and whenever you want to take tea or like any dinner or food, everything. So you have to pay them separately. It means that to you get the subscription of the club by giving them a amount, but if you want to eat something from their cafes, from their restaurant, so you have to pay separate. So that is why the cafe, they will be making their account separate because their operations are separate. They have the trading activities. They purchase the material, the finished good, and then they sell it. So that is why we will be preparing them for the income statement, just like the SOAP did. So this is the second, and this is the first type of account. And the third one is we will prepare the income and expenditure account. This shows the sources of income and expense of the organization. It means that this account is purely for the uh, club account. It means that for the club we will prepare the income and expenses account. Why there is no trading section? Because they are providing to the services, not the products. So that is why there's only income and expenses, and we need to deduct the expenses from the income, so we will get the surplus for the year or deficit for the year. So this income and expenditure account, this shows the sources of income and expenses of the organization. So first of all, we need to prepare the cash and pay receipt and payment account. This is just like a cash book where you will record every cash outflow inflow transaction. After that, since there are cafes in the club as well, so for the cafe we need to prepare an income statement just like we sorted it. And then for the club, for the whole club, we will make the income and expenditure account. And after that, we have to prepare a subscription account as well. Because when you will be receiving the money from your customer in terms of subscription, so you have to maintain the income account as well. And at the end, you will be making a statement of financial position to show the worth of the company. So these are the few accounts which you need to prepare for the club accounts. It doesn't mean that the examiner will test all of these accounts. Maybe they will give you 2 to 3 types of accounts to make. More specifically, they'll give you the income statement with the trading section and income and expenditure account, and sometimes they'll give you the cash and uh, receipt and payment account as well. Understood, Hamna?
Yes.
Oh. Next, we are going to see that income statement for club and societies. Why might club and societies prepare the income statements? Like why they need to prepare income statement? So income statement are prepared when the club or society involves a trading activity which buys and sells goods to raise extra money. Yeah. And separate income statement is prepared for each trading activity. Profit or loss made from the trading activities are transferred to the income and expense account. So what we have to do, first of all, we will prepare the income statement for the cafe. Whatever the profit we will get from there, we will transfer this into the club's income and expenditure account. Because as I told you that we have to prepare the income and expenditure account for the club. So we will get the profit from the uh, income statement, and we will write it in the income statement. So the profit or losses made from the trading activities are transferred over to the account. Yeah. So this is like you need to prepare the income statement for the debt. It is
What
really
does
simple, just like the
I have a question.
yeah, yeah.
What does expenditure mean? Expenditure.
Expenditure,
Yeah.
expenditure,
Yeah, expenditure.
expenditure means expenses.
Oh, okay.
Income and expenditure, because in the club they don't sell the products. They have only expenses, and they are serving you. They are earning income from giving you service by giving service. So that is
Okay.
why in the in the income and expenditure account, there's only income and expenses, nothing else for the club account. But
Okay.
right now we are going to see this the income statement, not the income and expenditure, but the income statement for the cafe. So it will looks like this. This is a layout. First of all, you need to write the revenue of the cafe, whatever the cafe sales, you need to write it here. And then you will less the cost of sales, as I told you already, opening inventory of the cafe, purchases of the cafe, then closing inventory of the cafe, and then we will write the expenses which should be related to cafe only, meaning that if you are paying the salary to the worker who are working in the cafe, so this is your expense. If you are paying the electricity bill which is only related to the cafe, so you need to write it under the expense section. So at the end you will get the cafe profit, that is 5,000. This is how we need to prepare the income statement for the cafe.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is one of the, you can say that, a question where we write the shop sales and cost of sales, opening inventory, purchases, closing inventory. We deduct that, and then we get the gross profit, and then we are deducting the expenses, and then we get the shop profit. So there could be a shop, cafe, whatever restaurant it is. You need to prepare the income statement for it. Okay. Now we are going to see that how we can prepare a subscription account, because whenever you are receiving the subscription from the customer, so you have to prepare the income account, because subscription is one of the income for the company. So subscription account is prepared to show the amount of subscription that relates to the financial year. It means that whatever the amount you are receiving, it should be related to that specific, the financial year. This amount is then transferred to income and expenditure account. It means that whatever the subscription you receive in a year, you need to transfer this into the income and expenditure. So in the income and expenditure, we need to transfer the profit of the cafe and the subscription income. Because uh, for the club, like this income and expenditure account which we are going to prepare for the cafe, let's say. So of course, whatever the cafe is earning, this will be the part of the club's account, this will be the part of that. Subscription is an income and is treated in the same way as income accounts of trading business are treated. Let's see the subscription account layout. It will be looks like this really easy. It will be like this, just like the APA account, if you remember. We have seen the APA account. APA account was the income account. So we have to write the A, P, P, A,
Okay.
APA account. So if your subscription is accrued at the start of the year, meaning that you given the service, but the customer did give you the money, so that is the accrued income. If the opening balance is accrued, so you need to write it here on the debit side, because this is your asset. You need to receive this from the customer. And if your subscription is prepaid at the start of the year, your opening balance is prepaid, it means that you get the advance subscription, and since this is a kind of liability for you, that is why this will be on the credit side. If at the end of the year, this balance, closing balance, if the end of the year the subscription is an arrear, meaning that you've given the service but not get money, so it will be on the credit side, and but it will shift here after that. So this will be accrued. This will be asset for the company in the next month or year. And this closing balance, if it is prepaid, it means that you didn't give the service, but you receive the extra amount more than a year. So this is the part of this side, but it will shift here and then it will become the prepaid income, meaning the liability for the company on the credit side. So this is like a APA account. Okay, whenever you receive the subscription from the company, so it means that your bank or cash, whatever it will be debited. And the subscription account will be credited. So cash and bank is debited and subscription account is credited. Okay, and when you need to transfer the total annual amount of the subscription account in the income and expenditure, so you will be writing it here. So subscription account will be debited and income and expenditure account will be credited because every income will be credited in the income statement. Understood the subscription account?
Yes.
Okay. Now we are going to see the receipt and payment account, meaning cash book. So receipt and payment account is a simple cash book, okay, which we already know how we can prepare this. So they are prepared each year by club and societies. Club and societies use the amount account to record receipt and payments, and amounts are not separated into cash or bank transactions. So they are summarized as money in the money in and money out. It means that there's no column of bank and cash. It's like simple. There's the two sides, and this is the layout. This is how you need to prepare it. It's just like the other cash book. Your opening balance, if this is in plus form, so it will be here. If the bank is overdrawn, means that the bank is overdraft, so the opening balance will be there. As you can see that receive, we are receiving money. So whenever we receive money, we will be writing it here on debit side since your cash book is increasing. And if you are paying something, so you need to write it on a credit side. This is how you need to balance it, and it's really easy because it's just like the cash book. Okay, so this difference is really popular because most of the time the examiner will ask this type of question in the theoretical question. Sometimes they will ask you to differentiate between the receipt and payment account and income and expenditure account. Okay, so in the receipt and payment account, what is the difference between these two? In receipt and payment account includes only money that is received or paid. That is received or paid only that money involved. But in the income and expenditure account includes only income and expenses, nothing else, no money, no nothing else. Okay, and then once and then in the receipt and payment account, it include only transactions involving money, only money. If there is something on a credit basis, so we will not record this on the in the receipt and payment account. But in the income and expenditure account, it includes a transaction involving the non-monetary items such as depreciation. We know that depreciation is not cash expense, and of course, we are not like paying something for the depreciation. It is just reducing the value of assets. So, like in the income and expenditure account, we are including the non-cash expense as well, but not in the receipt and payment account. And it includes both capital and revenue received and expenditure. Yes, capital means that if you purchase the non-fixed, like the fixed asset, for example, machinery, fan, everything. Okay, and the revenue receipt means that maybe you paid the amount for the repairment of something, repairment of the air conditioner, repairment of the vehicle, something like that. So of course you are paying something for that. That is why this will be the part of your receipt and capital account. Sorry, payment account. And your income and expenditure account includes only revenue received in the expenditure. So only revenue and expenditure means that we will not be including the capital expenditure here because we will not include the assets because capital expenditure is mainly the asset of the company. 1 second. There's an important call. I just need to receive it. Just
Okay.
excuse me for 2 minutes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And in the receipt and payment account, it does not include the adjustments for accruals. Yeah, of course. Because accrual and prepayments is only about the credit transactions. So in the receipt and payment account, we don't include the credit transactions. That is why there is no accrual and prepayments. But in the income and expenditure account, we include the adjustments. And the closing balance of the okay. So Hamna, I just came back. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So the closing balance represents the bank balance or amount of cash, like whatever the closing balance you will receive in the receipt and payment account. So this is like amount of cash, and the final amount represents the surplus or deficit. Okay. Now we are going to see that what is a layout of an expenditure, income and expenditure account. The income and expenditure account for the whole club. It will be looks like this. First of all, you will be writing income and then expenditure, and you will be like first of all add all the incomes, and you will be like deducting all the expenses. So you will get the deficit or surplus for the year. So as you can see that in income, first of all, we need to write the subscriptions and where we got the subscriptions from this entry. Let me show you from this entry. So the annual amount of subscription which we are transferring to the income and expenditure. So this is what which we are writing here in the income under the income
Okay.
section. Yeah. So we just write the subscription. Then, as you can see, what does it mean? Competition receipt. What does it mean? Competition receipt. So clubs basically, they tends to conduct different competition and cricket match and everything, in the club, and sometimes they conduct the concert as well. So of course, whenever they do these kind of things, so there are a lot of people who wants to, who wants to watch the match or wants to just, watch the person who sings there. So sometimes they receive the money from the tickets. Sometimes they conduct some competitions, and from there they receive the money because the people they have to purchase the tickets for that. And as you can see that if there's any cost of, let's say, if there's a competition and you need to get the prizes to the customer, so you need to deduct that cost of price from there. And as you can see, profit on cafe. So this profit on cafe we receive from the income and expense. This profit on cafe we receive from the income and expense. Income and expense, income statement, sorry, income statement. So in the income statement, when where we are preparing the account for the cafe only. So from there we receive the profit and we are writing it here in the income and expenditure for the whole club.
I have a question.
Yes, yes.
Income and expenditure account is different than income
Expenditure.
statement. Expenditure account is different than income statement.
Yeah. Let me tell you. Income statement. This is for cafe only. This is only for cafe. It is the
Okay.
simple income statement which we or yeah, which we use to prepare, opening inventory, closing inventory, revenue, everything. And at the end we get the profit. So income statement is for cafe, restaurant, whatever it is. Canteen, anything. But this income and expenditure, this is for the whole club.
Okay.
Income and expenditure, this is for the whole club. So of course, cafe is also the part of the club. That is
Okay.
why with the profit which you are getting in the cafe, this would be the income for the whole club. That is why we are writing the profit on cafe here. Then we have the expenditure. So expenditure means that the expenses. Okay. So you need to write the wages of of those employees who are working in the club, not on the cafe. So as you can see, wages, caretakers, and if you purchase the insurance for the club, you need to write it here. Is there any journal expenses, or maybe any depreciation of the equipment? So you have to write it here. So at the end, you will get an amount, and if this is a plus, so you will say if this is a plus, so you will say surplus for the year, and if it is a negative form, so you will write a deficit for the year. That will looks like this. First of all, this is income and expenditure. There is a subscription amount, then shop profit, and then there's expenses, wage for caretakers, insurance, bank charges, telephone, advertising, depreciation of equipment, and then if the answer is in the plus form, so this is a surplus for the year. Okay, and this is how you need to prepare the financial statement. Yeah, statement of financial position for the club. It will be same, like it will be looks like the same thing, but yeah, there is something which is different. First of all, you need to write the non-current assets, its cost, its depreciation, and then its net book value. And then there's current assets, bank cash, and so you will all add all the current and non-current assets, you get the total assets. And there is a liabilities. If there's any liability, you need to write it. Okay. So here you write the capital, but you will say that this is not my capital. This is the accumulated fund. As you can see that accumulated fund replaces the capital section. So in the normal statement of financial position, we write capital, but in the club accounts, in the statement of financial position, we don't write capital. We write accumulated fund. So there's an opening balance of this accumulated fund, and you need to add the surplus for the year. From where you get this? From the income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account. And then you have the non-current liability and then current liability and everything like this, trade payables, other payables, everything like this. This is how you need to prepare a statement of financial position. Uh, who is calling me again and again? But let me log this. One second. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, where we were, there's one. And yeah, okay. Now, sometimes the examiner will ask you to find out the accumulated fund only. Sometimes. How we can find it out? Now, there's the question. Accumulated fund is simply the capital. Okay. So if you want to find out the capital, so you need to deduct the assets from the liabilities. If maybe you remember the accounting equation, assets is equal to capital plus liability. This is the formula for the accounting equation. If you want to find out the capital, means accumulated fund, so you will be writing it here. and you will be deducting the assets from the liabilities. So you will get the answer for that. So as you can see that the capital of a club or society is referred to as the accumulated fund. This is made up of any capital which is invested into the organization and the accumulation of surpluses of the income overspent over time, meaning that the money which is invested by, let's say, raised by the funds, there are a lot of people who give different funds to these kind of organizations. So at the end of the each year, the surplus is added to the accumulated fund and deficit is subtracted from the accumulated fund. If there is a deficit from the income expenses account, so you will be deducting this, just like that you deduct the loss from the profit. Loss from the capital. Okay, so the same thing you will be doing here as well. And how do I calculate the accumulated fund? It's really simple, as I told you. This is the expression assets is equal to capital plus liability. So if you want to find out the accumulated fund, so you will be like deducting the assets from the liability. And this is a very popular question. Sometimes the examiner will give you this question for the 5 marks. Business statement of financial position. Yeah, so we just done with this step. So I have already sent it to you. And now just give me 1 second. I'm just going to send you a past paper from where we can practice one question.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm just going to send question like the paper. Okay, so we are going to try this question in front of you. So let's see this. You just got this. Yeah, it's a question. Okay. So as you can see this, this is the October November 2024 paper, but we are going to see only the question related to the club accounts.
Okay.
Yeah, this is related to the club accounts. Okay. So Sports League is a club providing the support sporting facilities to its members. So like they provide sporting facilities. The club hires all sporting equipment, and the club also runs a small cafe selling food and refreshments, which members, this is a cafe, guests can use, and all sales from the cafe are on the cash basis. The club treasurer has provided the following information for the year ending 31st December 2023. So we have this information. This is the receipt and this is the payment account. Okay. So if you want to see the income, so you can see the receipt account. If you want to see the payments, you can see the payments account. What we need to do, we need to prepare first of all the cafe income statement. Okay, so income statement for the cafe. First of all, we write the debit. Yes, very good. Or you can say the cafe sales, whatever you want to say. So let's see if there is any cafe sale available. Yeah, as you can see, the receipt account is a cafe sale, which is 27,000. So we will be writing it here, 27,000. Okay. After that, we need to write the cost of sales. So in the cost of sales, first of all, we have the opening inventory. Let's see if we have any opening inventory here. Yes. So we can see that this is the balance of 1st January and this is the balance of 31st December. This is the opening year, this is the ending year. And we have the inventory of food and drink. So it means that this is the opening inventory, which is 1290. And now we need to write the purchase of food and drink. Simply means the purchases. Let's see if we have any purchase. Yeah. So as you can see that the purchase of food and drink of free sale, which is 8220. So we need to write it here. And then we need to deduct the closing inventory. So let's see the ending balances. In ending balances, we have an inventory of food and drink that is 1340. And this is the ending balance, 31st December 2023. So most likely this is the closing inventory. Okay, can you please give me the answer? Add these two and minus this.
It is 8170.
Okay. Now they deduct this 8.70 from the revenue.
It is 18830.
188. Okay, now we need to write the expenses. Okay, so in the expenses, let's see if there is any expense related to cafe. So as you can see that we have the salaries and wages in the payment account. Sport coaches, so it's not relevant to the cafe. Administration salaries is again not relevant to the cafe. Cafe assistant wages, yes, this is related to the cafe expense. So we need to write it here. Uh, I don't think so that there are other expenses as well. This is rent of premises. Okay, if they are not using the word cafe, so you should not assume that this wages or everything, any expense related to cafe. So you can see that there is nothing related to cafe now. So it means that we need to just find it out. So just deduct this expense from there, and that will be the profit for the year.
Okay. It is 522. 522.
You deduct this 18830 minus 14352.
Yes, I deducted it's 522.
One second. Let me see. Where is my calculator? So this is 18830 minus one four
Oh,
three
I
five
it's 4. I thought it was 9.
4478.
Yeah, it's 4478. I thought that 4 was 9.
Okay. So we just done with this. Now we need to prepare a subscription account. Subscription account. Okay. First of all, we need to write it whenever there's accrued opening balance is accrued. So we will be writing it here. Prepaid will be here. Closing balance prepaid will be here, and accrued balance prepaid will be here. So sorry, A will be here. This is my opening balance. This is my opening balance. Okay, so let's see if we have any accrued balance. Wait a second. Okay, so as you can see that we have the membership subscriptions in the receipt account. It means that we received this payment. Okay, so if we receive this payment, so it's really simple. The bank has debited and the subscription credited with the 162,000. So as I told you, we will be writing in the bank here. This is the amount which we will receive during the year, which is 162,000. Okay, and then support coaches, administration, rent, hiring costs, rates and insurance, purchases of food, accountancy. Yeah, this is the opening year's balance. So this is first revision 23 and this is closing year. So opening year, as you can see that the subscription owing from the previous year, which is 520. So this is owing subscription, meaning that this is the accrued income. You need to write it on the credit debit side. So
Wait,
this
how is
will
it
be
accrued?
because they said owing, it means that the
Oh,
we
okay. Oh,
yeah, the customer needs to pay us. And this is the
okay.
year start balance. That's why. Okay. And okay, so uh inventory of food and drink. Okay. Subscription received in advance at the end of the year. This is the closing balance. We received advance the subscription, which is 2,800. So if there is a advance payment, prepaid means at the end of the year. So prepaid income, we should write it here as the closing balance. And that is 2,800. And it will shift here afterward. This will be opening balance of the next one. Okay. So I guess maybe let's see. I think there's only other balance as well. Yeah. Subscription outstanding. It means that there are some subscriptions which outstanding which we didn't receive. It means this is like again accrued subscriptions. So if at the year end there's accrued expense, accrued sorry income. So where we should write it? A P P A here. That is 12, and it will shift here after that. This will be opening balance of the next one. Okay, so let me write the date as well. That is opening balance 2023, 31st December, and this is 2023, January 1. Okay, so we need to prepare the income and expenditure account at the year end. Okay, so this is my income and expenditure account. What I need to write it here. First of all, you need to add this and subtract this. Whatever the amount you will get, that will shift to the income and expenditure account.
Wait, what do you need to add and subtract?
The heavier side. I think this is the heavier side. You need to add this and subtract these amounts. So the difference which you will get, this will be the part of your income and income statement. It means that you will
Okay.
transfer that subscription amount in the income statement. You receive this during the year.
It's going to be 158,960.
One second, let me see. I don't think so. Your calculations are mostly, it's wrong. 162,000 plus 1280. Um, this is equal to 16. This is equal to 163280. One six three two eight zero. One six two eight. Now we need to deduct the debit side. 163280 minus this 1520. Okay, and this 2800. So this will be 1,58,096. This will be transferred in the income statement. 960. Yeah. So we just completed the subscription amount. Okay. So this is the income and expenditure for the sports club. The notes is in front of you. So now this is your report.
Okay.
So I'm just going to send it to you so that have you done with the writing?
Yes.
Oh, so then we can easily do this. Okay, Hamna. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.